If you're a business owner or a founder and you're running a startup or even an established company, and you're in, let's say, in a space where you're dominating and you see the distant competition unable to catch up with you, and you have a certain recognition in the market space, you're a product leader. That's a good space to be, and that's, a pat on the back. But it's also a potential for a trap, because if you remember, this is exactly what happened recently. That if we all of us notice that it's happened with Google, for example. Of course, Google has had an unassailed free run, if you will, for the last 20 years, from the point of search becoming a category, and how it has built that all the way to the top and several $1 billion per quarter. And suddenly, slowly from the back, unnoticed, untold, unspoken, Microsoft funded OpenAI came up and then shook it up with ChatGPT 3.5. Now that is what you call a position where you suddenly wake up and say, "Shucks, things are not as good as it could have been." This is not new, and it happens to everyone. It happens to Google now. It has happened to Microsoft before. If you remember 1994 or 95, when Microsoft suddenly realized that the internet is real, and then he said the famous the right angle turn email, that if there's any product inside Microsoft that's not supporting the net, then he would cut off the funds, and they all have to reorient to the net architecture. So if this can happen to well-established large companies with so many billions of dollars in resources, it could definitely happen to us, and smaller startups could get wiped out overnight. I think the key here is that to understand these technology challenges or new waves are coming in bursts of very high intensity in very compressed timeframes. Unlike the earlier days, these timeframes are very highly limited, and so the impact can be catastrophic. Two hacks to track that. Number one is make sure that you have always fund your in-house market intelligence adequately, and that's number one. Do not ignore that, and that is for known competitors, known trends. And for unknown competition and completely new out of the blue trends or something that is not trackable, the way to do that, in my mind, a suggestion here is that try and take off 20 minutes every day and connect with people from other domains, so that you can somehow create a necessary cross-pollination of ideas. Not that every cross-pollination of ideas is going to work, but at least it'll somewhere in the back of your mind create an unexpected combination of dots that will actually work in your favor someday. At least you will know that this is a possibility. So just a quick summary, 2 points. Number one is track competition regularly. Do not starve that function by funds. And number one. Number two, make sure that you connect with people in cross-domain areas so that there is a pollination of thoughts. And some combination will suddenly create this unique and very killer approach to your new product. Good luck and stay connected.